Rumor is Zach Williams, owner of the electronics shop, is tied to organized crime. Oh, we've had our problems in the past. For example, the last time I was here, he shot my credit card into a million pieces. I'm hoping he's in a little better humor today and doesn't blow my brains out, or even worse.
Okay, I don't want any trouble.
Well, that makes two of us. Last time I was here, you shot my credit. Literally.
Why do you keep hassling me about that? That was years ago. I paid back all those interest charges. Plus interest.
Remind me, how did I get you to do that?
Everyone knows what happens to people who get on your bad side. Only one reason you ever come in here, and it ain't to buy anything. You know all our stuff is junk.
Do I ever? I mean, almost no inventory, you're hardly ever open. Even I could run a business better than this.
Why you busting my chops? You know what kind of business we're running here.
Well, I'm kind of in some hot water with the police right now, and I think you could help me out.
You had something to do with what happened upstairs? I swear I have no idea what was going on. Look, I know how much you hated Maldonado, and I probably shouldn't have let him use the second floor. But he was paying cash, and he kept a low profile. So I thought it was all good. I didn't know what he was doing up there, and I didn't want to know.
Well, I didn't kill Maldonado, although I could have, if that's what you're thinking.
I wasn't thinking anything except what I could do to help, so you won't hurt me. Look, I told the cops I wasn't here, which is technically true. I just parked out back when I heard the gunshots, so I just started the engine right back up and got the hell out. I saw him bring in some cameras, so he must have been recording the surveillance. But whatever he had got confiscated by the cops. Sure, Maldonado was a creep, but his money spent just the same. He said he needed to do a stakeout of the Ritz. Didn't mention any specific names. Didn't sound like a big deal, and he was offering a good chunk of change. You the man, okay? We good? You live there, so I'm not gonna say a thing about it. That place opened up a couple of months ago. Doesn't look like my kind of joint. I do love Louie's cooking. Just don't ask what's in it and you'll be fine. All I know is you ain't the same guy that came slinking in here 7 years ago. Sorry to hear about that. Is that what turned you into Mr. Badass? I think he's the one who came by to check in on Maldonado. Must have been a client. Don't know anything else about him. I sell items to customers, not purchase them. That guy's a go-getter. Why don't you get him to answer these questions? Let's just leave me out of this, okay?
Hey, what can I do for you, Murph? That Holly is a real spitfire. I don't know how I feel about the whole holograms of people too thing, but yeah, why not? Zach don't come in here a whole lot. I guess he don't like my food much. That Clint's really come up in the wild. Though I still hide the chocolate cake when he drops by. I don't want him falling back into his, old ways. Yeah, same old ornery cuss he ever was. Don't bother me none. I guess I'm just used to it. So that so-and-so was spying on you. You and I wasn't real close, so I couldn't say why he'd been doing that. You wouldn't remember him. He moved into the neighborhood a few years back. Not a pleasant man. I'll leave it at that. I'm no good with that computer stuff, but that little fella at the barbecue joint is a whiz. I'll bet he could get you taken care of. Haven't had another food joint on the street since Francesca ran the Slice of Heaven. I thought it might cut into my business some, but not so far. Maybe we just don't have a lot of barbecue eaters around here. I can't really talk about that. If she died the way the cops said she did, burned inside your speeder, it's just too much to think about. I keep a little hope that maybe she ain't dead at all. Or at least that maybe she died in a more peaceful way.
As I step into Inspector Burns' barbecue, I think I'm having a stroke. But no, burning toast is their special today. Behind the counter is the kid who Louis referred me to as the computer whiz.
Welcome to Inspector Burns Barbecue. My name is Mojo. Special today is chili con carnage. It'll destroy your hunger as well as your taste buds. Order when you're ready.
Miami Vice, a ham, cheese, and habanero corn dog, deep fried and wrapped in bacon. Does that come with a free colonoscopy?
Hey, you're Tex Murphy.
And you're Mojo. What a shagadelic name, baby, yeah!
My real name is Mordecai Josephus.
Are you serious? Well, that's my real name, too.
No way!
Yeah, well, it's pretty close. It's actually Tiberius, James Tiberius. And my mom, she starts calling me Tibby. And, well, I had to come up with something that I could live with.
The ultimate Tex Murphy trivia. You just made my day. Look, I don't mean to geek out on you here, but you're Tex Murphy. Badass private eye. Man out of time. Always quick with a joke or his fist. What are you doing in a dump like this?
Well, I wanted to find out what was incinerating all the cockroaches.
Nice. Classic Tex Murphy.
Well, I appreciate you feeding my ego. Now, how about my belly?
Oh, you don't want to eat here. The food really will burn your face off. Inspector Burns is a bitter, bitter man. So, what are you working on? Wait, let me guess. Some kind of case just dropped in your lap. Seems like a small-time job, but there are tons of loose ends leading in all kinds of directions, and you are blindly getting nowhere.
Nice try. But this time it isn't a case. It's personal.
I could help you.
Well, I could use a good caterer.
You are killing me. Look, Mr. Murphy, you fancy yourself as sort of a timeless classic, a PI archetype for the ages. You know your way around a crime scene, but it's no secret that you're not so good at high-tech gadgets. That's where I come in.
Fine. I have a fax machine, for God's sake, and I barely know how to use that.
Whatever I can do, just let me know. Like Inspector Burns says, it all tastes the same when your tongue's charred. He says he likes barbecue, so I'm not sure why he eats here. Comes in here all the time to eat, just so he can complain. He's the guy you hired to take photos of your cheating wife. You're the guy they hired to beat the crap out of the guy you catch with your wife. You think Maldonado was spying on you? Not surprising. I just can't believe I got a chance to meet my idol. Me and Archie are buds. So glad Archie opened up his shop here. He's like a god at all this conspiracy stuff. Chelsea Bando, the Nora to your Nick. I wish I could have met her. Inspector Burns has tried to torch the Bruin stew at least twice. Sometimes I spend hours just thinking about what kind of baby she and I would have together. Sorry you lost her, but man, did you ever get an attitude. Sure, I can decrypt the memory stick, no problem. It may take a while, at least a day.
Another item on my to-do list today is checking out Maldonado's regular office that's on the street.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing? Let me check. I can confirm that Mason Bowers has been a registered guest here. Sorry, Tex. I'm not allowed to give out any more information than that. If I could smell, I'm pretty sure he would stink. Always looks like he's up to something unsavory. That crusty old perv is always coming in here trying to get a peek at my underpixels. The Ritz landlord? Seems like he may have a couple of screws loose, but nice enough. I think the kid who works there has a crush on me. Maybe one of these days I'll rock his little world.
What the hell is that?
That's a SPO-pad, protecting the universe from imperfect life forms since 1967. It's like a mall cop with a 5,000 meter volt taser without a moral code. Be careful, Tex. I could get hurt.
Lord knows what I could do with an anvil, but it might be useful.
Wow, a place even sleazier than yours. And you have an animal print bedspread.
Both Maldonado and I appreciate subtle storytelling techniques. Maybe we could have been friends. If you were Emily? Oh man, I hope she's doing this to get through school. It's the depressed man's kitchen. What's this? It's a key to the exclusive llama club. Hello?
Could I speak to Carlos? Tex?
Sorry, have we met? That woman knew me, but hung up quickly when she realized I didn't know her.
If we can find her, maybe we could get some answers.
She must have visited Chandler while she was doing business with Maldonado. Maybe someone around here will recognize the photo. Larry Hammond wasn't really a mutant.
I wanted to make sure you came here alone.
Well, I hope you were more careful about being followed than I was.
Now, I have a very strong sense of self-preservation. I even brush my teeth carefully.
Yeah, it shows.
But man, he sure looked like one. I prefer Weenie World's tater tots. Well, even I wouldn't stoop so low as to reading someone's diary. It's the only roach hotel where you have a better chance of survival inside than outside. Motel postcards? Maldonado must make his living spying on cheating spouses.
It's real good having you stop in more regular. How can I help you? I might have seen this lady in here not long ago. Didn't catch your name.
Hey, Mr. Murphy. Still running the decryption program. You can hang with me till it's done. Shouldn't be more than 4 or 5 hours. Who's that?
As I made it perfectly clear, your status as a paying customer earns you a modicum of goodwill. I suggest you use it judiciously.
Sorry, you lost me at modicum. Look, answer a few questions for me and I won't kick your butt when I get my memory back.
Lovely. Oh, she may have come by here. I can't be sure. Just smelling the fumes coming off that establishment irritates my bowels. At least he knows how to keep his mouth shut. Like I always say, you can take a bum out of a dumpster, but you'll never get a dumpster out of a bum.
Not again. You're gonna get me fired. Or worse. That's a fine piece of humanity there. She stopped by the other day and checked out our selection. Took her about 2 seconds to realize it was all crap, so she seemed to know her stuff. I don't know what it is they're serving in there, but it sure as hell ain't barbecue.
Always happy to help out my best tenant. I know for a fact I've never seen this fox before, because if I had, she'd be my lady love. I haven't tried it. They say that the sauce will melt your eyeballs, and that's a risk I'm just not willing to take. That guy's all mobbed up, so I keep my distance.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing? Yeah, I've seen this woman in here. In fact, she picked up a piece of mail that's been delivered here. I might be able to get a name or address for you. Let me see if I have an image of the envelope. Yep, got it. I'll print it out for you.
Holly sends the information about the mystery woman to my smart Alex, and I get a new location on the map. It's on the coast near Monterey. Whoever owns this place has mucho dinero. Cigarettes. Yummy.
The air outside feels thick, like I'm breathing through a pair of dirty gym socks. It's a high radiation day. Most everyone will be staying inside, but I need to hunt for some work. I always like to start the day with the traditional PI breakfast. That hits the spot.
Nice cowboy hat. Whoa. I get in my speeder and realize I'm very wobbly and my vision's pretty fuzzy. I realize it's finally time to get this head wound checked out and some professional input on what's happened to me. And now's as good a time as any. I call a cab, and I'm on my way to the North Hill Clinic.
Where are you headed?
North Hill Clinic.
Well, I better step on it. You look like you're in pretty bad shape. Your eyes are really bloodshot.
Yeah, you should see him from this side.
Live around here?
Yeah, I do. Live at the Ritz.
I've heard there's a lot of Morlocks in that area.
Morlocks?
That's what they call them. Some new crazy type of mutant.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard rumors that they're attacking people.
On Chandler Avenue?
Just rumors. But you never know. Things could get worse, sir. Sorry. I just wanted to let you know I was packing heat up here. Didn't mean to freak you out.
Well, that's fine. It's just the last time I got a ride from someone, they shot me, so I'm a little jumpy. It's a nice gun, by the way. I used to have one just like it.
I've had this for a long time. Some idiot threw it out his window.
The head wound is painful for sure. Maybe this Dr. Donahue can help me sort things out.
Taylor warned me you might be a problem patient.
You know, you really shouldn't keep these things on the floor. Germs?
I'm just gonna assume you've got some head trauma. Let's see what's going on.
Weird question for you. Is there any way to tell whether I'm dreaming or not?
Do you want to know if you're dreaming right now? Ow! Yep, you're awake. So tell me what happened.
I woke up a few hours ago with this goose egg on my head and an injection mark on my arm. I've got no idea how I got them. As a matter of fact, I have no idea about anything over the past 7 years.
You took a pretty good shot to the head. Enough to knock you out, maybe cause some short-term memory loss, but not for 7 years. Let's see that mark on your arm. think we'll need to draw some blood. Everything on your form accurate?
Everything except my name, address, and billing information.
Oh, I'm guessing your bloodstream's full of cholesterol and toxins, but I'm sure we'll find something else there, too. Have you ever had an implant?
Just one, but it was a long time ago. It was in my brain, so I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Well, that injection mark concerns me, but I don't want to speculate. I would really like to keep you overnight for observation. You mind waiting around until we figure this out?
Sure, if we can get it done in 5 minutes. While we're waiting, though, could I ask you a few questions?
I don't think you could do much better. And yes, I mean that the way it sounded. I believe he runs a diner over on Telegraph Hill. I've dealt with many cases of amnesia, but nothing exactly like this. Let's just keep this professional, shall we?
After leaving North Hill, I get a cab ride back to my office. After a while, I'm feeling a little better, so I hop in my speeder and head out to the address of the mystery woman, who I hope can give me info on Mason Bowers.
Nice, this is more like it. Fun fact, this is a former vacation home for 3 James Bond villains. Goldfinger! Wah, wah, wah.
This house belongs in a tax bracket that I'm most unfamiliar with. This frame needs 9 baseball cards. Yeah, that's about the only sailboat I could afford. Yeah, just some books. Wrong form of its. Come on, people. Oh, sure, that seems impressive. But I bet you it wasn't nearly as difficult as obtaining my PI license from an entire summer of night school. Oh, I don't think a lot of studying went on in here with that flat-screen TV on the wall. Now I could use that. Classic. These baseball cards are great collectibles. This is just to trick people into thinking you read a lot. Pillaging must be one of their hobbies. Nice. Pillaging must be one of their hobbies. There's room for every member of the Brady family on here except Alice, and I never considered her part of the family anyway. Baseball card? Used to collect these as a kid. Now I collect past due notices. It's not my style. It's not my style. That's interesting. This coffee table's a special design. It's got a hidden drawer. Well, one man's trash is a PI's clue. Hello. Hello. The 8 lost rules of etiquette. Rule number 1, a friendly greeting could open doors for you. Seems Mason was treating someone with serious facial deterioration. Cigarettes. Yummy. Hey, smoke no more cigarettes. I hear they have a smoking deterrent system built right into the cigarette.
Hey, buddy! Do you know 1,000 people stop smoking every day by dying, you moron? Kissing you would be like licking an ashtray. Get it, dumbass? Did you know that you and I are similar? We both are certified butthead.
Well, the system's about as effective as other systems I've tried. But I'll keep these in case I have a smoking emergency. Ah, the soothing, sultry siren song of Red Cat. Reminds me of the time I tried to cook meatloaf. Must be a Barry Bonds baseball. It's got an asterisk on it. Well, that might come in handy. Well, this looks cheap. A collector's edition of Matt Cubase Tyler baseball card. I wouldn't dare thieve that. Hey, bada bada bada. Yeah, just some books. Who sells seashells by the seashore? Now that was a terrible year for wine. Nothing I can use. Well, there's Waldo. Say hello to my little friends. Isn't that DeForest Bunny from Night of the Lepus? Now that's my kind of book.
Oh, it's like a villain from a terrible B movie. Mollusks beware.
I think that's upside down. Really? They found someone to eat this crap? That's a terrible place for a petri dish. Magnets. How do they work? Never, ever stick your hand in a toaster. Yep, that's a sink. Standard groceries, and none of them look very edible. You can really judge a person by the kind of groceries they buy. I really should look into getting a kitchen for my apartment. Really? They found someone to eat this crap? Well, that might come in handy. You can really judge a person by the kind of groceries they buy. Ah, a remembrance of a much simpler time. Boy, I try not to look directly into a mirror because it's kind of bad for my self-esteem. My landlord always reminds me that indoor plumbing is a privilege, not a right. Let's see, that says oh, bath. Yeah, rub-a-dub-dub. Tsunami! Another Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic, Gumdrops and Lollipops. I'll put this in my comic book rack collection in my office. No bidet? Sick. Well, one man's trash is a PI's clue. Lord knows I could use a plunger at my place. Surely, after all we've been through, you would not turn against me and turn to her. Looks like someone with the initial T was doubting Mason's allegiance. Oh man, I hate retro things. Just looking at these makes me tired. It's a Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic, Sleep with a Swedish Fish. Put this in my comic book rack collection in my office. If the owner's ventriloquist dummy's in here, I'm gonna be very upset. Well, I see they like to keep things hot in the bedroom. An old Zoom portable music device. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, my mom got me one of these while all the other kids were getting iPads and iPods. I remember just how I felt that day. Wonder what happened to it. Oh yeah, now I remember. I could use that. Nice place to get all warm and snuggly. Not my size, not my style, not my day. Hello, what's this? Looks like another room behind this wall, but how do I open it? Sulfuric acid. I better be careful with this. Sulfuric acid can be very useful in cleaning chemistry equipment. This petri dish is encrusted with all sorts of gunk. I'll need to clean it off to see what's underneath here.
Dear God.
Something very tiny is written at the bottom of this petri dish. I'll need some help reading the inscription.